So human rights are the cornerstone of European integration and one of the world's most important values. And those who work tirelessly to defend human rights deserve our attention and our utmost respect. And what you're watching now is another episode in a series, Human Rights in 21st Century Project, Aljaž. My name is Natasha Briški, and with me, Aljaž.
Yes, my name is Aljaž Pengovidens. Thank you, Natasha. Natasha is a Slovenian journalist and an eminent podcaster, and I occasionally tag along on her journeys, at least media-wise. She's also an accomplished explorer, for those of you who didn't know. But yes, Natasha, human rights are incredibly important, especially in this day and age where they seem to be constantly challenged, attacked, undermined, and even downright dismantled. And to that end, to talk about this issue, we've undertaken a series of interviews, which to date includes an interview with the Greek ombudsman, Mr. Patakis, former Slovenian president, Dr. Danilo Türk, on the interwovenness of access to water and world peace. And today, Natasha, you've arranged for another eminent guest to be on our show.
Yes, with us is a human rights lawyer and activist from Turkey, Mr. Veysel Ok. Mr. Ok, so thank you very much for joining us. It's a privilege to have the opportunity to interview you.
Thank you very much. You gave this time to us also to share our opinion for the people.
I know your schedule must be very busy. We're going to talk about your work, about your views on the human rights and the media freedom and defending members of the press. Now, the world is sort of a different place today, thanks, of course, to COVID-19 pandemic, which accelerated certain developments in the world that are making many people raise their eyebrows. I'm talking about the assaults on human rights and, of course, also on freedom of expression. Protesters in Slovenia have been targeted as well around the world. Now, how would you, from your perspective, describe 2021? From the perspective, of course, the projects that you work on, the activists that you defend. Is the 2021, we are recording this in November, so it's going to be the end of the year soon. A good year, a bad year, what would you say?
Thank you very much again. I can start maybe a little bit about Turkey station. Many people know about Turkey. Turkey became one of the most authoritarian countries in Europe, maybe after Belarus, we could say. All regime is changed after 2016 coup attempt. Many things has changed. What changed? For example, first, we lose Parlamento. Now our Parlamento has no power. It's like only symbolic Parlamento we had. All Parlamento power now is the President used this power. Second, we lose also the independent judicial system. After 2016 coup attempt, more than 4,000 judges lose their job. More than 4,000 judges and prosecutors they are arrested. Again, after 2016, we lose media. Now, in 2021, in Turkey, 97% of the central media they are pro-government media. Third, we lose civil NGO in Turkey. After 2016, the rule of the civil NGO is changed. Now everything is under control of the government. I am talking about government, but in Turkey there is no government anymore. There is one person, and he decides everything. Even what you will eat at, what you will buy at market, even what you will speak at school, even what you will share on the TV. Everything is changed. 2012, after 2006 coup attempt, What can I say about democracy, especially from Turkey? We could say before coup attempt, we could change something with reform. Some reform about rule of law, some reform about democracy, but no, the reform is not enough to change something in Turkey. We should change all regime. If this regime won't change and all decision is from one person, if we couldn't change this regime for democracy or human rights or rule of law, the worst time will continue. So no, or all problem coming from this presidential system, but this is not like United States system. This is not like French system. This is one person, one family. He decide everything. He decide things. So since 2016 in Turkey, anywhere in Turkey, you cannot protest government. This is the need for us. Before we could see some protests, small protests or big protests anywhere, but since 5 years, there is no protest. You cannot do. If you do protest against government, against economy, against Syria politics, against anything Kurdish issue, the police attack you so easy, they arrest you so easy, so no one can protest something. Social media, many journalists in Turkey, they lose their job because of the media, government control media, and they come to internet media to share their opinion, to share their needs. And now the government, especially can give the name Erdogan regime, he changed their social media law. For example, all this big company, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, they have to open the office in Ankara. They have to hide Turkish members' information in Turkey. They have to share the Turkish members' information with Turkish government. Second, what they check now, they want to put the fake news in Turkey with social media law. If you share something, if it's called fake news, you could go prison 2 years until 5 years. So the government controlling everything, no? So we cannot say anymore Turkey is democratic regime. We cannot say anymore the rule of law is important for Turkey. All report, international organization report, they showed us Turkey is one of the authoritarian regime, one of the most important and most biggest authoritarian regime in Europe. And the system is now blocked. We have election in 2023, but for election we need free media. For election we need independent justice system. For election we need free internet rights. But no, we don't have any more about this. So the election. We will pass election in the, how can I say, dangerous way.
Mr. Ok, the speed at which Turkey has descended down this authoritarian path has surprised many observers in Europe, in part most because they weren't all that interested in what was going on in Turkey internally. They were just interested in Turkey as a geostrategic factor. More importantly, there are events going on in Europe, in several European states, that show signs of going down that same authoritarian path. What would your advice, and most importantly, these countries in Europe seem to be on friendly relations with the regime of President Erdogan. What would your advice be to NGOs, to the media, to the activists in those countries with respect to their own governments? When should they react?
Yeah, you are right. European Union, European Council, unfortunately, seems to coup attempt. They are, maybe you cannot say protecting Erdogan regime, but they close their eyes, they close their mouth, and they don't say anything about regime. They are not doing anything about regime. For example, we have two huge and important decisions from European Human Rights Court. One of the Selahattin Demirtas decision is the head of the third biggest party in Turkey, the pro-Kurdish party. The other one, called Kavala decision, is one of the most important civil activists in Turkey. And they got decision from European Human Rights Court, and Turkey still, since 1 year, don't accept these decisions. And European Council organizations, normally they should start to make press Turkey, but they are not. They are doing nothing against Turkey, because what they are afraid. First, refugees. The regime use refugees like gun, Syrian refugees, Afghan refugees. Second, of course, economical partnerships. But the European organization, especially Council organization and European states, they are forgetting if Turkey became like Syria, if Turkey became like the other Middle East country, they will get more, one of the biggest refugees program in Europe, because Turkish can pass so easy Turkey board and come Europe. So this is not Turkey democracy problem. This is European democracy problem. They should decide, we are part of the Europe or no. If we are not part of the Europe, they should kick out us from European Council. If we are part of the European Council, they should check Turkey regime accepting the European Council rule or not. Turkish regime following the European Human Rights protocol rules or not. But from our side, if you check the European Council organization, unfortunately, they don't want to lose Turkey because of the refugees problem, because of the economic partnership. So they cannot give huge reflex against Turkey. Second, for European civil organization, we are really so we can say thank you for European civil organization. They are always worked in Turkey after coup attempt. They find partnership. They helped people in Turkey. They watched hearings. They came courtrooms. They go prisons to check prisoner situation. So we have no problem with European civil organization, but we could say we have problem with European Council because of Turkey don't accept one of the most important organization in European Council. This is the court. Don't accept the court decision. So they should start the bureaucracy. They should start the works. If you are part of the European Council, you should accept these decisions and release the people at prison. If you don't accept, you cannot be part of the European Council. And that time, Turkish regime cannot lose European councils because European Council is still important for Turkish regime. Still, we are doing huge economical activities at Europe. Still, we are part of the Europe. Even football team, even cultural festival, Turkey is part of the Europe. So European Council should decide. This is the European Council democracy problem, not only for us.
Now, you sound very pessimistic, and from the news that we get from Turkey, it sounds that situation is really worrisome. The European Union is not acting as probably a lot or many people in Turkey would wish for. And you work also as a defender of the journalists and the press. Now, since you are saying that the judges are all coming in a single color, what does that mean? What does that mean for you as someone on the ground who is defending people, defending the free media, defending the right to express, to protest? I know you've been tried and convicted in 2019. Now, your life in 2021 and the life of all of you activists on the ground.
Yeah, I said the all just is only one color, single color, and then from the Erdogan, he believed the case, this was, and I got punishment because of they said you saw Turkish judicial system. Still, I have same idea. Turkish judge has only single color. What does it mean? It does mean all judge is, unfortunately, we cannot say, of course, all, but mostly judge, they are pro-government. Where I know this information, because after coup attempts, 2016, thousands judge lose their job and new judge starts. And all this judge choose by regime. And if you check their social media, if you check their Facebook account, something like this, you can see what they share, what is their idea. Or if you come and watch the one hearing from Turkey, Istanbul court, you can see judge activities and what is his idea or her idea. So unfortunately, Turkish judicial system became more worse. We have one council, it's called Judge and Prosecutor High Council. And this council always choosing member or choosing judge. This council controlling their rights. They can kick them out, they can cut their salary, they can do everything. So this council is like God for judges. Who control this council? He is also controlling all judicial system. If you check the constitution, half of this council member choosing by directly Mr. Erdogan, the other half, majority of the parliament, it does not gain Mr. Erdogan because he is majority of the parliament also. So, with this system, with this judicial system, you cannot do anything. Always I'm telling, if you bring someone from European Human Rights Court judge to Turkey come work, again he or she should accept the political motivation. He or she should accept Erdogan what he wants, because this system is like this. It should change, but we cannot hear anything from European Union or Council make reform the judicial system. They are speaking always about refugees. They are speaking always about economical things. They are speaking about many things, but no one speaks about judicial system. No one say from Europe, you need reform, because this system is not like European Council membership system. But we cannot hear, unfortunately. Or fight or want or hope this system should change. Then we can got independent judicial system.
So, if I understand you correctly, you would require, I mean, in your view, increased outside pressure for independent judiciary is the key. That is the way to start changing to start pulling back from autocratic regimes in Turkey, in, I don't know, Hungary, wherever else in the world?
Yeah, it is the key for freedom of speech issue, for Kurdish issue in Turkey, for everything. The key is independent judicial system, and the authoritarian regime knows how they can use the key. But we have no idea about this. So if the judicial system change and more independent system became in Turkey, that time we can get solution about other problem. Also in Europe, or in Hungary, in Poland, all they have same problem. We should get solution about the rule of law and independent judicial system. And we have more example to learn. For example, French judicial system, German judicial system. They are example for us. We can read, we can check, we can search information in this system, how they build the system. It is not new things for us, but the problem, we should make more press to change this system.
You're saying more definitely outside pressure. What, if anything, can be done from the inside? I mean, you are there on the ground. Is there anything that can be done, or are things so bad that it's only the outside action?
No, of course, from inside, it's really, really important. First, Europe and European organizations should support civil organization in Turkey. Mm-hmm. Economical, psychological, mm-hmm. friendship, anything. They should support civil organization in Turkey. They should support that. We have many good historical civil organizations that are working for LGBT rights, for human rights, for freedom of speech. They should continue support. Because if we don't work inside of Turkey, you cannot make press also. Mm. Why? If we don't bring the case, for example, Demirtaş case, Kavala case, to European Human Rights Court, how the consul can make press? Understand? We should make our work inside of Turkey. We should make our homework also inside Turkey. Then together, the European organization and especially European Council should work. This is still inside important. Still, people in Turkey energetic. Still, they are. Still, you cannot say Turkey is Erdogan. You cannot say 100% people support Erdogan. There is many Turkey inside. There is many different ideas inside Turkey. So they are working, but the solidarity is so important between European organization and Turkish local organization.
Having said all of this, so inside pressure, outside pressure, do you remain optimistic? Do you see a way back, or is this one-way street? I'm asking because many people in Europe are dismayed at our own or their own situation. For example, in Poland, it seems everybody seems to be just, hitting the wall because everything the democratic forces try just bounces off this wall of regime, and there seems to be just everything seems to be going just in one direction, and that's a authoritarian direction.
Yeah, I am optimist. There is hope. Why I am optimist? We can check 2 years ago, 2 years ago, there was a Istanbul election, Istanbul mayor election, and the opposite parties and civil organization, they did great job, and Erdogan lost Istanbul, and he didn't accept the first election. He did second election. He said, but When the second election happened, first election Erdogan, for example, was Istanbul like 10,000 votes. Second election, 800,000 votes. Okay, so we have still hope because Turkey is not Russia. Turkey is, we have huge opposite parties. We have a huge Kurdish movement, like HDP is the third biggest party. We have great women movement. We have great LGBT movement, and they are on the street. They are on the social media. They are on the everywhere. So I have hope, but of course, they need solidarity from European organization. European intellectual, they should watch, they should see, they should come Turkey, because Turkish people doing their homework, really. When they from outside, it look like Turkey is Erdogan, but if you come inside, it's not true. We have many Turkey, different Turkey, so I have hope about this.
Maybe just a question to end our conversation. You mentioned the elections are in 2023. Could you talk a little bit on the strength of the opposition parties? We know what happened in Istanbul, but the rest of the country, what's the perspective?
Yeah, the 2033, if the election will happen on the time, of course, we don't know, maybe more early could happen. It's the most critical election for Turkish history. One of the most critical elections for Turkish history. If the regime win again, I think we can say we lose all our hope. So it is important for us, all civil organizations, many political parties, they are working together now. But the problem at the election, there is one key party in the elections. If you look the enquete, so if you check the surveys, the opposite parties and pro-Erdogan parties, they are closer. But there's one party more, and they got around 12% of the voters. It is the Kurdish party, HDP. So it is a key party. And we'll see what will happen. If the opposite party can choose someone, the Kurdish voters can vote also. Maybe the election will get leave Turkey for us. But if they cannot be together with the Kurdish voters, it could be dangerous for us in 2030.
And on that challenging note, I think that's all the time we have. There is work to be done. But Mr. Veysel Ok, thank you very much for your time and all the best in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.